In this video, you will learn how to use common JQL functions and parentheses in Jira. First, let's consider why you should use functions. Here are some examples. Functions add flexibility to queries because they replace values that would need to be regularly updated. This is quicker and more flexible than searching for a specific value every time. For example, say you want to search for all issues created before the beginning of the current month. You could use an exact value, the date of the first day of the current month, to carry out your search. Let's try this out. In the top right-hand corner, click on Search in the main navigation bar. Then, select Advanced Issue Search or select one of the recently viewed issues. This takes you to a list of issues. To see the advanced search in JQL, select Switch to JQL. Type the field Created. Using the autocomplete feature, select the operator less than, and then type the date in the format year, hyphen, month, hyphen, day. If you were to come back in a month and perform the same search, you'd need to update the date value again. However, if you used a function for this search instead, such as start of month, you would not need to update that date value again, as the JQL function will automatically update to search in the current month. Let's see how this would work. First, clear your JQL text box. Now, type the field Created. Using the autocomplete feature, select the operator less than. Using the autocomplete feature, add the function start of month. Select Search. Jira will now display all issues that were created before the start of the current month. This is the same result as our previous query using a value, but when you use a function instead, the search results update automatically to the current month. Let's take a closer look at the parentheses in this query. Parentheses are used to contain arguments, items that adjust how the function operates. Let's say we wanted to see issues created more than 2 months ago. If we add a time increment of -2 into the parentheses, Jira will update the function to account for this new information. There are many other useful functions you can use in your Jira queries. Here are some of the most popular ones. The Updated By function returns issues that were updated by a specific user. You can also add a specified time range if you like. An update, in this case, includes creating an issue, updating any of the issue's fields, creating or deleting a comment, or editing a comment. Let's try this out. For example, let's say you'd like to find all issues that the user Marie Kent has updated. Type the query Issue in. Add in the Updated By function. Add the user's name. Jira will now show a list of all issues that Marie Kent has updated. The Members Of function performs searches based on the members of a particular group. For example, let's say you want to find issues reported by the administrators of your Jira instance. Type the query Reporter in. Add in the function Members Of, and add the name of the group, in this case, administrators, inside of the parentheses. Administrators are members who have admin privileges. And Jira will show a list of all issues reported by the administrators. The Linked Issue function searches for epochs and subtasks in an instance. If the issue is not an epoch, the search returns all subtasks for the issue. For example, let's say you wanted to find all the issues linked to an epoch. Add in the function Linked Issue. Add in the equals operator. Then type the project name Lima1. and Jira will show you a list of issues linked to that epic. The Open Sprint function returns issues assigned to an open sprint. For example, say you wanted to find issues assigned to a sprint that is open on your Jira instance. Type the query sprint in. Add in the function open sprints. Jira will show you all the issues assigned to an open sprint. The linked issues function returns all issues linked to another issue. For example, say you want to find all issues linked to the issue Dublin 7 in the Dublin project. Type the query issue in. Add in the function linked issues. Now add the issue Dublin 7 into the parentheses. And Jira will show you all issues linked to the issue Dublin 7. Our final example function is the released versions function. This performs a search based on the released versions of a specific project. For example, say you wanted to see if there are issues from a released version of the alpha project. Type the query fix version. Use the operator in, type released versions, and add in your project name, alpha, into the parentheses. Jira will show you all issues from a released version of the alpha project. To recap, functions can seem tricky at first, but they're useful time savers because they replace values that would need updating in future searches. You can also use arguments in a function's parentheses to adjust how the function works, giving you even more flexibility in your searches. In this video, you'll learn how to use JQL to find issues with text-based fields. Text-based fields are elements in an issue with fields where you can enter text values such as description or summary. There are 4 operators available for searching in text fields. The contains operator, the does not contain operator, the is operator, and the is not operator. You can use the contains operator to locate issues by searching for any word or phrase that appears within an issue summary, description, comments, or custom text fields. Let's try this out. For example, say you wanted to locate all the issues across your projects that relate to finance reports. Select Search from the main navigation bar, then Advanced Issue Search. This takes you to the Issue Search page. To see the advanced search in JQL, select Switch to JQL. Type the field's summary. You'll see a suggestion for the available elements based on the field you've typed. In this case, select the contains operator. Next, type the text you want to search for. Using quotation marks, type Finance Report. You can press the Enter key from your keyboard or click on the Search button to run the query. Jira will now display the list of issues that have the text Finance Report in the Summary field. Using double quotation marks will return issues that are either exact matches or fuzzy matches, words that are almost the same but a little different. In our example, Jira has returned the fuzzy matches financed and financing. You will always need to use double quotation marks for text searches with more than one word and for certain reserved words like a, an, any, are. Don't worry about memorizing reserved words. Jira will show an error message when a reserved word is not in quotes. If you want an exact text match, you'll need to amend your search slightly. Let's try this out. For example, say you want to locate an issue with a description containing the exact phrase, figures for March 2022. Clear your JQL text box. Type the field description and use autocomplete to select the contains operator. Then type, in your quotation marks, /figures for March 2022 /. The slashes tell Jira to search for these exact words in this exact order. The first quotation mark is for entering text to match. The second quotation mark is used to specify an exact match. You can either select Search or keep adding to your query. Select Search. Jira will now display issues where the description contains the exact phrase, figures for March 2022. What if you want to search for a word or phrase that appears in any text field in an issue? In this case, you can use text as a field. For example, say you wanted to find all issues related to a crash in a project called Lima. Clear your JQL text box. Type the field, text, add the contains operator or tilde symbol from your keyboard, and then the word crash. Select Search. Jira will now show you issues that have the word crash in any of their text fields. The text value is non-case sensitive. This means that even when we change crash to uppercase, Jira will search using the same text. There are more ways to search with text using the is and is not operators. You can pair the is and the is not operators with empty to find issues where a text field is or is not populated. Let's try this out. For example, let's say you need to find all issues that don't have a description. Clear your JQL text box. Type description. Add the operator is and the keyword empty. Jira will now return all issues that don't have a description. Or let's say you have a custom text field called stakeholder summary, and you want to find issues where that field has been populated. Clear your JQL text box. Use the autocomplete feature to add the custom text field, stakeholder summary. Add the operator is not and the keyword empty. Select Search. Jira will now show you all issues where the custom text field stakeholder summary contains text. To recap, you can search with exact or similar text to find issues based on words or phrases within their summaries, descriptions, comments, or custom text fields. The operator you use will determine whether Jira includes or excludes the specific text or field value you're looking for. In this video, you will learn how to use JQL to find issues using dates. We'll cover searching for exact dates, date functions, and calendar functions. Let's start with searching for exact dates. You can search for an issue from an exact date using JQL. For example, say you wanted to find an issue due on the 1st of September 2022. Select Search from the main navigation bar. Then Advanced Issue Search. This takes you to a list of issues. To see the advanced search in JQL, select Switch to JQL. Type the field due. Use autocomplete to select the equals operator. Then type in the date 2022-09-01. Jira will now return all issues that were due on the 1st of September. You can write dates using hyphens or slashes in the order, year, month, date. If you use slashes, you'll need to use quotes. If you did not want to use exact dates like this, you could use a date function instead. Date functions can be used so that the JQL does not need to be updated if it is in a saved filter. The date can be in the past or future, and includes searching using minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years. using the current date and time for calculation. For example, say we wanted to find all issues that were last updated more than 2 weeks ago. Let's try this out. Clear your JQL text box. Type the field Updated. Add the less than operator. To find the issues, we will enter the -2 weeks increment as the criteria. The minus sign indicates we are searching in the past. 2 is the value, and W is used to indicate week is the increment metric. So -2 weeks translates into the past 2 weeks. Select Search. Jira will now return all issues last updated more than 2 weeks ago. Calendar functions are used for locating issues by date, using functions such as start of week or end of year. These results represent fixed dates and times in the calendar relative to your current login date and time. Jira defines when these dates start and end. For example, say you wanted to find all issues within your projects that have been resolved since the start of the week. You could use the start of week calendar function to look for these issues. Let's try this out. Clear your JQL text box. Type Resolved as the field, as we are looking for issues that have been resolved. Next, add the greater than or equals operator. Then the function start of week. The empty brackets tell Jira to use the current date and time as the starting point for the search. Jira will use the time zone of your account to inform the search, so be sure to keep that in mind if you're working globally. Now select Search or press Enter on your keyboard. You can now see all the issues within your project that have been resolved since the start of the week. You'll notice that the Switch to Basic button is disabled. This tells you that it's not possible to run this kind of date-based search in Basic Search. Let's take it a step further. You can combine increment and calendar functions to find issues quickly at specific points in the past. To do this, you use the increment inside of the calendar function. Here's an example. The operator less than and calendar function, start of week, tells us that we're looking for issues created before the start of a week. The -5 nested inside of the calendar function tells Jira that you want to see issues created before the start of a week, 5 weeks in the past. In this example, Jira assumes we mean week without adding a W to the -5 because the function is based on weeks. Make sure to use double quotes for increments containing a plus or you'll get an error. You can also use an increment that doesn't match the function. Here's an example where the increment D is used representing day and the function relates to the week. This will list all issues updated this week in the final 2 days of last week. To recap, date functions can be tricky, but they produce very specific and fast results that aren't always possible with a basic search. In this video, you will learn how to write complex JQL queries with multiple clauses using parentheses and keywords. You can use parentheses in complex JQL statements with multiple clauses to let JQL know how different parts of your query relate to one another. Here's an example. Say you want to find all unresolved issues in the Lima project as well as all high-priority issues in the Alpha project. Here is how that would look in JQL. Since each part of the query is unique, you can enclose each part in parentheses. You can see that the 2 clauses are joined by or. This is because the search result should include issues from either clause. If we use the AND keyword in our example, no issues would be found because an issue can only exist in one project. Let's take a look at a second example. Say you're managing a project with multiple issues in progress that need further investigation. Unfortunately, your team has used the term investigation in different ways. Some people have marked the issues with an investigation label. Others have used the word investigation or investigate in the description of the issue. To find these issues, you'll need to search for all of the issues in the project you're working on. In our example, this will be the Dublin project. Within these issues, you'll need to search for those that have investigate or investigation in the description or that have investigation as a label. Let's try it out. Select Search from the main navigation bar. Then Advanced Issue Search. This takes you to a list of issues. To see the advanced search in JQL, select Switch to JQL. First, we need to define the project we're searching in. Type Project. Use the equals operator. And then select the project Dublin. Next, let's define the text in the description we're looking for. Use the AND keyword to add another clause. This will tell Jira to look for issues that occur in the Dublin project that also have the issue features you're about to define. Before you start your next clause, add a parenthesis to contain the second and third set of criteria. Next, type description. Select the Contains operator and add the text you're looking for, which is investigation. You don't need to add a clause to search for similar terms in the description. Jira will find them as a fuzzy match. Then add another keyword or to add the label with the term investigation. Type labels. Select the operator equals. Then type the value investigation. Close these criteria off with another parenthesis, then select Search. This JQL should now return all issues in the Dublin project that have the words investigate or investigation in the description or have investigation as a label. If you left the parentheses out, the results would include all issues that have a label investigation in other projects as well. Let's try another example. Let's say someone updated some issues incorrectly within your project. You don't know who it was. You only know the issues were updated sometime between the start of 2 weeks ago and the end of last week. Clear your JQL text box. First, we need to define the project we're searching in. Type Project. Use the equals operator and then select the project Lima. Add the keyword AND to join this clause to the next one. Then set up your next clause to define the earliest date the issues could have been created. Type Updated. Select the greater than or equals to operator. If you begin to type Start, the autocomplete feature will suggest functions for you to choose from. Select Start of Week. We're looking for the start of a week 2 weeks prior, so add a -2 into the parentheses. Next, use the AND keyword to add the third clause, defining the latest date the issues could have been created. Type Updated. Select the less than or equals to operator. And then select the function End of Week. Add -1 to define the week as 1 week previous. Then select Search. The JQL should now return the issues that you're looking for. In this example, Jira is returning issues that were updated during the course of the week, starting on October 17th. To recap, we've now covered the different elements you can use to create more complex queries with JQL. These include multiple clauses, keywords, and parentheses. You should feel more comfortable using these elements to create powerful complex queries in Jira.